Hello, good evening, and welcome, everybody. Hello and welcome, y'all, to another episode of the British Hive Mind, episode 56. I think it's only going to be a short episode, this one, because, well, as you can see from the title, shills. Shills everywhere. And who on earth can we trust? That's the thing. Our opposition, our enemy, they know that we are easy to infiltrate. Infiltration is one of their biggest tools. I'm going to quote this now, and I might even quote it later on. I think it was Vladimir Lenin that said, the best way to defeat your opposition is to lead them. So if you take the lead and if you take control and if you can steer your opposition the way you want them to go, they'll never actually get to their target. They will never actually get into power, into control, or anywhere, because you're leading them down the merry path of ignorance. And to put shills in place is a common tool, is a common weapon of the establishment. They will either get a compromised person, someone who has been threatened, someone who's got a lot of dirt on them, someone who can be easily bent or easily bought, and get them to infiltrate the opposition, get them to go into the opposition and get them to quickly rise through the ranks and brown nose their way to the top. And it's very difficult to spot a shill. There's some obvious telltale signs that I can see. That I'm expressing my opinions here because it's hard to find hard facts, hard evidence that proves these people are shills, that proves that they are controlled opposition, that proves that they've got to where they've got for nefarious reasons, not because it's the pride and the patriotism that's got them there. It's because of their lies, their corruption, and their deceit that's got them to this position, where they're now leading some of the political parties, leading some of the largest pressure groups, and leading us a merry dance. What else? It's shills, man. And they're the most devious, treacherous scumbags on the planet, that they've been bought, paid for, or blackmailed into subverting the populist movements, into subverting the people's voice, the people's choice, and the people's will. And they're there in their place to make sure that it goes nowhere. Or if it does go somewhere, it goes the wrong way. And you'll see that these shills are very, very dangerous, especially with the media behind them. Because all it takes, you saw the bookstore incident, that stupid little maggot Luke Ballbag Rash Jones going into the lefty bookstore and kicking up a fuss and burning. Did he burn something on the floor? I got miffed off when I was halfway through that video. Yeah, but going and absolutely making a complete fool of himself and the people around him and the entire movement. Could you see how that was shillified? It was his idea. It was his organization. It was his point to try to make. It was him leading that farce. And it exposed him as being a shill. It exposed him as not either. Well, no, because you can't be that stupid. That had to take a devious mind to come up with that plan. And his devious mind, well, it didn't pay off. It turned around and punched him in the face. and nobody trusts him. Have you ever heard anything else from him? Has he done any more live feeds or anything like this? I've not heard a word from him. He's gone back and crawled underneath the rock that he crawled out from. I believe he's now suspended or even banned from his UKIP position. Never worthy of it anyway. But UKIP, that's another one that leads us down the UKIP path of shills. Shills and shills and shills. Henry Bolton, the most obvious shill amongst the shills. An establishment boy. A boy that was out there protecting the poppy fields and got recommended and accoladed for it. Out there protecting the poppy fields. Not the Afghan people. Not the British interests. The poppy fields. And the big pharmaceutical companies. That's shilly. That's very smelly of shilly to me. How he won that leadership election in UKIP. That smelled like rigging to me. That was shilly. That was shills, 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 shills. So that also points out that there must be shills in the NEC. There must be. To let that shill, that nobody, that creepy, disgusting establishment maggot that was there to destroy UKIP, to sully its reputation, to stomp it to the ground when Britain needed it the most. They let a shill in. I'm sorry, but that's unforgivable. In my opinion, that is unforgivable. You can't. Oh, we've got Gerard Batten in now. He's saying some nice things and some righteous things and some anti-Islamic things. Yay! No, nothing's changed about the party whatsoever. Just because you've got a new puppet here doesn't mean the people pulling the fucking strings up here aren't the same people. Think about it. If this NEC lets the shill Bolton rig the election, get away with it, and destroy the party even more, they've got the knives out for Batten. They hate Batten. Batten was one of the, the founding people of UKIP. And he's taken a strong stance against Islam. But the knives are out, and the knives will be in his back as soon as they can. They're already pushing Farage to come back. And yes, Farage is another shill. He's an establishment bitch. Establishment bumboy. He was a bankster and economist. So he must know the ins and outs of the banking trade. The fraud that is fractional banking. Has he ever mentioned it? No. Has he ever mentioned FCO 301048? No. Has he ever mentioned treason? No. Has he ever mentioned the Kalergi plan? No. Has he ever mentioned any of Barcelona, Lisbon, Marrakesh? Has he ever mentioned any of those on his little LBC radio fucking show? No, he hasn't. He's got a perfect platform there to start to speak the truth. No. Don't even think I've heard him talk about Pizzagate either. These are the points. And these are the only ways to find out who's the shill. You've got to be able to press the people on the pressing issues. I pressed Bill Etheridge on one of his live feeds with regards to fractional banking. Dodge dived. Got out of that question as quickly as he possibly could. I'm not calling him a shill because it's a difficult subject, is the fractional banking system, because it collapses collapses everything. But you build a house out of cards. What do you expect when it falls down? Yeah. So I'm not shilling him out on that one. But thank God he's left UKIP. UKIP was so that in itself is starting to push me towards maybe he's an all right person. Maybe he's in it for us all. Maybe he's worthy of a bit of trust. Now he's joined the Democrats and Veterans Party, I think. I know he's got a speech with them. So it's starting to go. I spoke to some of the higher-ranking DVP party members and DVP establishment members, whatever you call the NEC of DVP. I spoke with them. They said some good words, but they were very. They took the sort of UKIP stance on we can't talk about Islam. We can't talk about Islam because it's going to alienate too many people. We can't tell you the truth on something so fundamentally big as Islam just because it might alienate a few people. I'm sorry, but the truth is the truth, and the truth about Islam is a biggie. It's a big one. You can't skirt around it. You can't dance around it. It's not one of those truths that's going to bring the country crashing down. It's not. You tell the truth about Islam. You tell about the 109 violent verses in the Quran. You tell them that to be a Muslim, you have to believe that the Quran is the word of God. The infallible word of God. And it tells you to kill us. It commands them to kill us. Simple truths like this have to be spelled, have to be said, have to be spoke about. And it's not going to bring the country crashing down. Yes, the Muslims might get pissed off about it, but they're pissed off at anything and everything. We banned the burqa. They're pissed off. Sorry, I'm swearing a bit, actually. Ooh, I'm not really used into that. But we banned halal slaughter. The Muslims kick off. We try to arrest a Muslim. The Muslims kick off. No. We have to tell the truth about Islam. We're not having no-go zones. We're not having this. We're not having that. We're not having their shitty cult running rampant in our country no more. No. Anyways, Islam rant over. Back to shills. Because, I'll link it back. Well, we'll do a segue on it. Because anyone who can't confront Islam as an issue directly, live, on stage, on mic, shill. Stupid or shill. If you can't fucking tell the truth about Islam, then you're a shill. That's it. Simple as. If you try to stand there and defend Islam, you're stinking of a shill to me. What can I say? So, the shills. shills everywhere. And they're the most dangerous of all. The traitor in your midst is far more dangerous than the enemy at your gate. It's that simple. The ones that are, the ones that are inside our groups, inside our organisations, trying to either lead us in the wrong direction, ruin our reputation, throw people away, or just stifle the movement and overcomplicate things. And, hold us back. They're the shills. I've been watching a bit of Robert Inman. I think he's leading or something. He's high in the DFLA. He's something. Don't really know what, but he's a shill. By the way, he was talking about Nazis and like that. I was like, whoa, this post is retarded. Absolutely retarded. How he's saying that Islam is the biggest threat to our civilization. That's a very small-minded way to look at it. Very small-minded. Because I'll tell you what, here and now, Islam is a weapon. That is it. It is the sword in the hands of the Illuminati, in the hands of the Zionists, in the hands of the Freemasons, in the hands of the deep state cabal. I named them by almost everything that they're called by now. They have been used as a weapon, as a tool. Doesn't make it any less sharp as a weapon. And it doesn't mean the weapon can't move from hands to hands. Because if the Zionists or the cabal lose control, the Islamists will pick up that sword themselves. But we've got to understand that it's our establishment. It's the New World Order. It's the Rothschilds. It's the banking sector. It is them, the establishment, the deep state, that is the biggest threat to our society. And anyone who doesn't dare confront that is either ignorant to it or a shill trying to make you ignorant of it. You see where I'm coming from there? Because the Rothschilds and their banking system is the heart of the Hydra. The EU, our establishment, private industry, pharmaceuticals, all heads of this Hydra beast. You cut them off, another one comes back. You cut it off, another one comes back. However, its beating heart is the Rothschild banking system. Is money. It's debt. It's debt. It's what it's our entire economic system that is the heart of the Hydra, and is the only way to kill the Hydra is to stab it through the heart. No matter how many heads you chop off, 2 more grow back in its place. 1 more, 2 more grow back in its place. You're going to be stood there until the end of time, hacking at heads and getting nowhere, because you're being told by the shills to attack the heads. Yeah. So I was like, what can I go on now? What can I do with a little conversation now? So I've done my part on shills. You know, they're very difficult to pin down. They're very difficult to prove as shills, because naturally the establishment can see who makes a good shill, who will make a good shill, and where to put that good shill. They've got people on this 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, because they've got the money and the power and the people to do it. You know, we are struggling against the shills, because it's hard to find it. You know, it's hard to find the paper trail to it. It's hard to find the payment trail to them. It's hard to find the history of these people, and it's also hard to pin it down onto them. They're never going to admit it themselves. They're never going to say, sorry, I'm on the opposite team, ha, 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 until it's too late. They're very well trained, but they will slip up. They will slip up. I've mentioned a few of the slip-ups previously, but you've just got to, because, yeah, I went to a meeting and I could smell shills. And I didn't want to talk. I said a little bit of truth, and the shill chirped up and started going and trying to shut me down from what I was saying to the group. And, you know, once you sleep on it, that's another great way to find the shill. Sleep on it. Think about it. Go to sleep. Wake up the next day, and your subconscious would have put 2 and 2 together. And you'll be able to say, that's why they said that. That's why they said it that way. That's why they were behaving in that way. It all falls together now. And to deny people platforms, that's another shill tactic. The shills will, you know, will organise the events, or will demand that they organise the events, or steal the organisation of the events off the people, because they say, we can do it better. We've got all the connections. We can get a stage and we can get the PA system. Like, that and cheap. Why? How have they got that power? How have they got that influence? Why do they want to use it? Why do they want to make sure that they control the setting, they control the scene, they control who's on stage and who gets to talk? And we've seen it. We've seen people coming heavy-handedly taking over the organization of the events, heavy-handedly making sure that certain people don't get to speak. These are shills. These are people that aren't on our side. These are people that are worse than our opposition. They're traitors. Yeah. The worst sort of traitor. Yes, our opposition, Theresa May has betrayed the entire country and betrayed every person in this country. But Henry Bolton betrayed everybody in the country and betrayed everybody again and again and again. And yeah. So we need to, and it's, the thing is, we need to be able to get these people, we need to be able to fish them out. We need to be able to get them out. We need to be able to expose them. We need to, I don't know how, something I've not thought through yet, but there's got to be a way to out these people, because the one of our biggest weaknesses is the fact that the controlled opposition and the shills and the traitors in our midst. Anyways, on to new things, because I've created a new page. I've created 2 new pages, actually. One that I'm going to go into now, and the other that I'm going to leave for another time and another date. So this first page that I've made is called My 2 Minutes. My 2 Minutes is an open platform, open forum, open for anyone to get the phone or get a camera and record themselves for 2 to 5 minutes, just going over one particular specific topic. So it can be something like Manchester City Council. I'm going to spit 5 minutes or 4 or 5 minutes just on Manchester City Council. Or I'm going to spit just 5 minutes on Piccadilly Gardens and how it's been lost. Or I'm going to do 5 minutes or 2. I'm going to do my 2 minutes on the current values and current ideas of the Labour Party. Or I'm going to do my 2 minutes on Didsbury Mosque. Or I'm going to do my 2 minutes on, a specific subject. So you can't go, I know I've done it in the previous video, my 2 minutes on the European Union. Well, that's way too big for 2 minutes. Way too big for 2 minutes. You can't, no way. No. So you take it specifically. So this is my 2 minutes on Article 13 from the European Union. Or this is my 2 minutes on the European Council. This is my 2 minutes on the European presidents. This is my 2 minutes on some EU regulations. You've got to, be able to distill it down into 2 to 5 minutes. So it's got to be a big enough subject to cover the 2 to 5 minutes, but not too big as to do only a very brief overview of it. So if you're only going to do, if you can't do a very brief overview of it, take a specific subject, a specific part of it, and focus in on that bit. Now, I want other people to do it. I want other people to voice their opinions, to voice their specialities, to voice the research that they've done and their own personal experience of things. I want other people's voices. I want other people to make themselves heard. I'd love hundreds. I'd love thousands of different people not saying the same thing, but saying possibly similar things about the similar subject, or talking about their personal experience in their communities and in on their councils and stuff like that. So everyone can say something about something, and you don't even need to show your face. You can do it like I do, in a hat and sunglasses, so you're not really showing your identification truly. You could do it like this, with the camera off, and just do it vocally. Just say your voice. Say la 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 la. This is my 2 minutes on. You could do it like that. We don't need video. Only audio is really necessary for it. Is your voice saying what you think, what you believe. You could do it out walking dog. You could do it sort of like Liam Tufts. We've all seen his videos. These videos are great when it's like snap, 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 snap. It's not too hard to produce a video like that. Or you might want to do it out and about on the walk. Talking about your local community, talking about the local farms, the local schools, the local issues. I see this as having some serious potential, but it just has to be shared more. It just has to get more people involved. The more people involved, the more people will share. The more people will share, the more people involved, and it will grow exponentially. Absolutely growing exponentially, to a point where people in the pub will be able to say, have you seen my 2 minutes on that? Oh, I did one of those. I did my 2 minutes on this. Or, oh, so you voted to remain. Well, I voted to leave, and this is the reason why. And these are the proven facts of it. Because somebody's got my 2 minutes out there on reasons we should leave the EU. Or something like that. And it comes out and it's bam, 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 bam. And you've got a side video there to help back up your argument, to help win the debate. So you've got another voice of fact and reason and figures and stuff there when you need it. So, yeah, I want this to get successful. I want it to take off. I want it to go further. I've got people like Caroline Stevens, Gary Clark, Sean Morris, Jim Edwards, James Goddard. I've got some of these big names that I've tried to reach out to them, tried to contact them, and sang more. And I want them all to make their own little 2 minute videos, their own little 2 to 5 minute videos. Because, if you have people like Big John, he gets 3,000 or 4,000 viewers per live feed when he's out on marches. If I got a name like that involved with it, it'd spread like wildfire. Boom, boom, boom. Hundreds of videos over a weekend. It'd be brilliant. And it will just show, highlight, and prove how many people think the same, know the same things, can share the same information. Because time ago, well, not even that long ago, it's still happening today, people can't say what they want. You go to the pub, you can't really say what you want. Well, there's some pubs where you can just say whatever you want, but there's some other pubs and there's some other atmospheres and some places where you can't say what you want. I want this to be a platform where you can say what you want. If you want a whistleblower, blooming heck, if you want a whistleblower on it, just giving their 2 minutes on grooming, You know, or their 2 minutes on council corruption because they work in the council, or their 2 minutes on the NHS and NHS corruption because they work in the NHS. This is giving people, whistleblowers, a platform to whistleblow on as well. Yeah. And if a lot of people like the page, and we'll all like the page, you'll see it. So you'll be just flicking through your phone. Oh, and my 2 minutes. Title, Alexander Armstrong, my 2 minutes on potholes. I don't really want to know. I don't drive. I don't really want to know about potholes. Slide past it. Oh, my 2 minutes on fracking, or quadrilla fracking in the northwest. Oh, I'll watch that one because I know that it's only 2 to 5 minutes long. I can sit and watch it. Because how many times have you gone, oh, video? I'll watch that. Oh, an hour and a half. I don't have an hour and a half to sit and watch a video. Carry on. Slide. And you've missed the entire video. It might have had some golden nuggets in that video, some pieces of information that were magnificent. But you never saw them. You never saw them because that video was an hour and a half long. And it had some other great information here, there, and everywhere. But it was too long for you. It wasn't bite-sized. It wasn't a nice little chunk of information for you. It wasn't pow in your face. So you carried on. You didn't save it, you just carried on. And I'm sure many other people have done that as well. So hopefully it will speak to the youth as well, because we need something to snap them out of their lefty brainwashing. And it's a lot of short little videos like that could help big time. My 2 minutes. We could even have some young people, 16, 17, 18-year-olds, giving their 2 minutes on education, on school. It's a great idea. Not only does it give people a platform, gives them the confidence to speak about it. Because, you've got your phone there. You could do, you're not going live. So you could do 18, 19, 20 takes to get one that you're happy with. You could do 100 takes to find the one that you're happy with. But as long as you find the one that you're happy with, you upload that one. And that's your 2 minutes. So it gives people the confidence to help build, to help grow, and to help public speaking, and to help this leadership, and help grow the confidence to be able to debate and be able to pluck these facts out of thin air. Well, not out of the back of the minds, and pluck these facts out and put them into someone's face, and be able to not only defeat their argument, but turn them to our side of the argument. Because that's what arguing's about. That's what debate is about. If you will only win the debate if you can turn that other person's opinion around. That's the only way you win it. If that other person stomps off the stage going la 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 la, I don't want to hear you, you've not won the debate. That's that person still out there, still thinking what they thought. But if you can get that person off the stage to actually go, you know what? I agree with you. I think you're right. I think I was wrong. I'm going to go away. I'm going to study some more. I'm going to look into it a bit more and do a bit more research. I think I was wrong. You've really shaken me to my core. This was one of my core beliefs. But the way you said it, the way you've articulated it, the way you've put it into facts, backed up with evidence, it's irrefutable. So I'm going to have to go and rethink my entire consciousness. That's the way you win an argument. And that's why the left is so busy screaming Nazi, fascist, racist, because they're running away from the argument like this. And that's how you lose an argument. That's the only way you truly lose the debate, is if you have to run away covering your ears screaming because you can't listen to it anymore. Anyways, so that's my 2 minutes. My 2 minutes, my new page. Hopefully I'm going to get some more people involved. Hopefully I'm going to get some big names making their little videos. Because come on, it's on less than 5 minutes. Anyone can spend less than 5 minutes making a little short video. You can do some preparation for it. It might take 10, 20 minutes. It might take half an hour for a few takes as well. But it's a short bit of time. It's a little bit of time that I'm asking for about a specific subject. It could be your speciality subject. So it could be a certain Mark Steele doing 5 minutes on 5G. Or it could be, yeah, could be experts. Could be proper experts in the field, you know, a senior consultant at the NHS giving it the full beans on the NHS for 5 minutes or 4 minutes 59 seconds. Because if any video goes over 5 minutes, I'll take it down. These are the rules. Has to be over 2 minutes, has to be under 5 minutes. These are the rules. You can say whatever you want, apart from effing CCFFNNPP. Can't have that. It's just stupid. I know I'm one for free speech. I truly am. You know, I've said F and P and C and N on this show. But with this one, I want it to be bigger. You know, I've got 1 or 2 people watching my live stream on Facebook. No one's watching it on YouTube. You know, I'm really popular, me. But no, I want this site to be popular. I want it to have a lot of people. I want the message to get out there. This, you know, this is all well and good, but I've taken it from a daily show to a weekly show, and I'm not sure whether I'm going to keep carrying it on, because the sound of my own voice, however much I like it, I can't just be one man band on his one little show, on his one little adventure. Can't. I want other people to give me their 2 minutes. Show me your 2 minutes. Show me what you got. You know? Because it's the only way we're going to grow. Only way we're going to expand is if people grow the testicular fortitude to make their own little 2 minute video. So, on that note, thank you all very much for watching. Yeah, stay tuned. There'll be more Hive Mind episodes. There'll be more My 2 Minutes. I might do another My 2 Minutes myself about one of my specific subjects and hit it hard. And there might be somebody uploading a video to it now, which would be awesome. So stay tuned. Keep your eyes peeled. Think for yourselves, and we will win.